Assalamualaikum. How are you? I hope you are fine. Dear students, today we are to start the story Clever Mirchu. Okay, first of all I will tell you about the elements of a story. It is important in a sense that whenever you come across a story, whenever you go through a story, or whenever you read a story, you must know these elements. First is setting. Okay, there is a setting in all sort of stories. What is story? What is the setting? Setting basically tells you about the time and the place. Okay, when and where, okay, does a story take place. As far as this story, the Clever Mirchu, is concerned, the time of the story is, okay, night that wears on today. Wears on means that changes today. It is the time in this story. Okay, the story takes place when the night was getting changed, or the night was turning, okay, in today. Okay, that is the time. And the place where the story takes place is a village. The story takes place in a village. Okay, now comes the next element, that is characters. The story revolves around a poor woodcutter and his wife. This is the woodcutter and she is his wife. Okay, they had 7 sons, and the Clever Mirchu is the youngest among their children, right? And he is the main character in this story. He is the hero of this story, right? Okay, now comes the most important part or element of, okay, the story, that is the plot. Plot is actually the events, okay, the logical the events that happen logically. Okay, the events, the arrangement of events according to their happening is what we call plot. In this story, there was a poor, I'm telling you the plot, there was a poor woodcutter and his wife who had 7 sons. Once there came a famine. Okay, famine means starvation, hunger. They gripped by a hunger. The woodcutter and his wife had nothing to feed their son. Okay, so they decided to leave them in the forest. Okay, when the woodcutter, the poor woodcutter and his wife were talking about, okay, their plan, the Mirchu, okay, the youngest son of the old poor woodcutter, overheard and, okay, got near about their parents' plan. Okay, he overheard them and he got their plan. Okay, what his parents were about to do, right? So what he, okay, the Mirchu did was, while going to forest, he collected some white stones and dropped them on their way to forest. When his parents left them in the forest, Mirchu asked his brothers to follow the trails of the white stones to get them reach home again, right? That is why he was named Clever Mirchu. He was clever, cunning, right? Okay, and the next element is theme. This story revolves around the central idea of poverty, poorness. Okay, it is not, okay, it doesn't talk about the poverty, okay, only, but also tells, okay, how much the poverty, okay, to what extent the poverty influences the characters in the story. Okay, they got hit with such a severe poverty that, okay, forced the parents to get rid of their sons. Okay, you can imagine. This is the theme of the story, and it is one of the important elements of any kind of story. Okay, every story has a theme, an idea. Okay, and the idea embedded in this story, Clever Mirchu, is poverty. Okay, and the intensity of poverty, how much, okay, was the intensified the story. Okay, that forced the parents to get rid of their sons. Okay, so they left their loving sons in the forest. Right? Are you getting my points, dear students? Okay. Okay, these were what the elements of the story, right? We have discussed 4 elements. First is setting, okay, that tells you about the time and the place, okay, of the story. Second is the characters, main characters and sub characters, okay, and then plot, the events, okay, of the story, and theme. Theme is the idea or the topic of the story, right? Now look at the pre-reading part. You have 3 questions, okay, for brainstorming given over there. First question is, who is a woodcutter? Okay, a woodcutter is a person who cuts down trees or branches, especially for fuel or for livelihood, to earn money from, okay, to carry on the affairs of life. Can you predict the story by looking at the title and the picture of the story? Okay, you can predict because I have just told you about the characters and the theme and central idea of the story. How many characters do you see in the picture? Okay, the woodcutter and his wife along with their 7 sons. So we have 9 characters in total, right? Let us begin reading. Look at the first paragraph. A woodcutter and his wife lived in a village. Okay, once upon a time there lived a woodcutter and his wife. They had 7 children. All of them were boys. Okay, they had 7 boy children, right? The woodcutter and his wife were so poor that at times, occasionally, okay, they did not know where to get money to buy food for their children. Sometimes they had to think about, okay, how to feed their children, right? The poverty gripped the family to that extent, okay? The children were growing so fast that they always felt hungry. It is a natural phenomenon, okay? At the time of growth, every living organism needs food accordingly. So, with the passage of time, okay, while the children were growing so fast, they always felt hungry. Okay. The youngest son, however, was the one who caused his parents the utmost anxiety. Among his 7 sons, the youngest son, okay, who used to be the reason of utmost, means severe, okay, restlessness or anxiety, okay, for his parents. It is true that he did not eat much, but this was because he was so small. Okay, being so small, he did not eat much. It is true. In fact, being so small, he could not eat much. Indeed, in fact, actually, when he was born, he was only the size of a pepper, and that was why he was named Mirchu. It means he was born dwarf. Okay, D-W-A-R-F, dwarf. Dwarf means a man, a person with small height, a little height, right? He was actually born dwarf and was about the size of a pepper. Pepper means a kind of climber having dark red berries. Okay, common pepper, black pepper, white pepper, you must have heard about that, right? Okay, capsicum. It is a tropical plant of genus Capsicum. Okay, genus Capsicum, right? Mirchu, pepper in Urdu you can say Mirchu. Okay, and that was the reason he was named Mirchu. Okay, why was the youngest son called Mirchu? Because he was born dwarf and was about the size of a pepper. That is why he was named Mirchu, right? Have you got the points? Good. Once it happened that there was no rain for months on end. A great famine spread across the land, and the woodcutter soon had nothing to give to his family. Okay, unfortunately, once it happened that there was no rain for months on end. Okay, there was no rainfall for a month. That is why a great hunger or starvation, famine, okay, scarcity of food. Why? Because productivity depends on water, and rain is one of the sources of water. Since there was no rain for a month, so there came a famine, a great famine. Okay, outbreak or separate across to the entire land, and soon in no time the woodcutter had nothing to give to his family. He had nothing to feed his family. He had nothing to feed his sons. All the savings were gone. Okay, all the savings were burned. Okay, and there was nothing left to eat. right? Okay, this sentence means all the leftovers, all the savings means all the leftovers, okay, were gone, and they have nothing left even to, okay, feed their children, their family, right? Paragraph 4. We, okay, can no longer feed our children. This is in inverted comma, this is direct speech. Okay, this is what the woodcutter told his wife. Okay, this is what the woodcutter told his wife. We can no longer feed our children. We have nothing left to feed our children, so we cannot feed our children anymore. The woodcutter told his wife one night as they sat beside the empty hearth. Right? This was what the woodcutter told his wife while they were sitting near, okay, the empty hearth. Hearth means the fireplace, the stove, okay, having no fire over there because they had nothing to cook, nothing to feed their children, right? When the boys get up in the morning for their breakfast, there is nothing for them to eat. Okay, when the boys woke up in the morning, therefore nothing, okay, for their breakfast. My dear, there is only one thing that we can do. We must take them into the forest and leave them there. Maybe some rich man finds them and takes them home. I'm sure that he will take better care of them. Okay? Their parents, okay, reach the degree, the level, the degree that they were thinking about to leave their sons in the forest at the mercy of others. This was not simply that they okay, would have become stone-hearted. This is actually the situation, the poverty that compelled their parents to think about leaving their sons in the forest. And they were of the view that, okay, perhaps some rich man finds them and, okay, takes pity over them, okay, and takes them home. Okay, at that time they were sure, they were really sure that he will, the rich man, if, okay, he finds them, take better care of them, right? The poor wife cried and cried. Okay, he wept. The poor wife, she wept, she cried, she screamed. She was full of sorrow to hear this. Okay, the motherly compassion, okay, made her to become sorrowful. She became sad to hear this, but at last, as the night wore on, but at last when the night is getting turning, she agreed to her husband's plan. Okay, she consented to her husband's decision. After all, she could not see her children die of hunger. Okay, she could not see that. She could not see her children dying of hunger. That is why she gave, okay, her consent and agreed to her husband's plan, to leave their loving sons in the forest. Okay? She thought and thought. She profoundly thought, but no other plan came to her mind. Okay? She tried her best to have a better plan, but she couldn't hit with the other plan. She wished she had only 3 children instead of 7. Okay, what could she do, or what she could do in all was she wished that perhaps would that she had 3 children instead of, in lieu of 7. They could have been fed well and brought up nicely. If they would have 3 children instead of 7, they could have been fed, nurtured, and brought up right nicely. Brought up means looked after, right? Fed well means to feed well, to nurture well. Okay, dear students, it's enough for today. This will be carried on in the next lecture. Thank you for being patient and passionate.